Hello, welcome to Verbling. Hi there, I'm teacher Oakley, and for the next hour, we're gonna mess around a little bit. We're just gonna have a little fun, uh, trying a little experiment. Well, no, not really. We're gonna do something called Explain Yourself. I'm gonna confront you. With some sort of situation I saw you in, some compromising situation. Okay? I'm going to present you with a compromising situation which I saw you doing, or something I saw you doing, or heard about you doing, and you are going to explain yourself. Why were you doing that thing? Why were you there? Why were you with that person? Why were you acting that way? So it's going to take a little quick thinking uh, and speaking in English so as to give a plausible excuse as to why were you doing that? Why were you up on the roof of your house? Why were you painting political slogans on the highway last Tuesday? What on earth were you doing? Okay, so the idea here is a little quick thinking in English and using your English skills to try to explain your way out of an accusation. I suppose you could deny it completely, but that's no fun. So let's not do that. Let's try to actually explain why we were doing such a thing. I'll give you an example. Why not? For example, if someone were to ask me, Oakley, what were you doing? I saw you walking down the street yesterday in your neighborhood with a donkey. I might explain myself by saying, well, you see, my niece had a birthday party, and as part of her birthday party, her mother hired some clowns and also hired a man to give donkey rides to all the children around in a little circle. However, the man who was supposed to be giving the donkey rides, he suddenly got a phone call, started screaming, and then he just left, and he left the donkey there. Nobody knew what to do with the donkey, and frankly, the donkey started acting crazy, started kicking and going, ee-aw, ee-aw, and I was afraid he was going to kick one of the children in the head. So since I grew up on a farm and everybody else is from the city, I thought it would be up to me to lead the donkey away to a quiet area in the park until I could contact the donkey ride guy and have him come get his donkey. It was a miserable failure. So that's why I was walking down the street with a donkey. Ta-da! Okay, so that's my excuse for walking down the street with a donkey. Hi, Ava. How are you?
Fine. Good morning. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm good. I'm doing okay. Thank you very much. All right. Well, welcome to the class. We're going to experiment with explain yourself. Since there's only the two of us, Ava, usually I take turns with different students. I give them all situations, but well, you and me and now Nader are here. You guys can, if you want, you can think of a one for me. All right, because I'm going to surprise you with these compromising situations. And if you want, just you can torture me. I'll let you ask me one too. Hello, Nader. Are you auditory? Are you
Don't know.
auditorially enabled? I don't know if that's even a word. But
I can hear.
okay, I can't hear him either, and he's not muted, so I think he's trying to talk. Okay. All right, Ava. Uh, okay, Ava.
Okay.
Uh, okay, Ava. As I was driving home from work the other day, I saw you and your friends. I guess they were friends of yours, throwing stones at a bus. What was going
No,
on?
did I?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Sometimes I do things like that.
Oh, really, Ava?
Just, yeah, and I forget it because
Do you? Oh, okay. So why were you throwing stones at a bus? What was going on there? What was the reason?
well, actually, I don't used to do something like that by myself. But when I'm with people that do it, I just want to feel the same and be that cool. So I just throw those stones to the bus. I'm so sorry.
Okay. So you're telling me it was peer pressure.
Yeah.
Okay. Peer pressure. This is a very common collocation in English when your peers, your friends, convince you to do things which maybe you wouldn't normally do. Okay, we can call that peer pressure, kind of social pressure, or closely related to that is another concept and also collocation of English words called mob mentality.
Mob mentality.
Yeah, when the mob, a large group of people, not necessarily peer pressure involves your friends, all right, pressuring you into doing things. Usually, like in school, when you're young, especially when you're, I don't know, 13, 14, 15, all of us have problems with peer pressure. Our classmates and so forth try to convince us to do things which we don't really even want to do. We all go through
Hmm.
that, I think. Um, Mob mentality is when a group of maybe total strangers
Hmm.
start doing things, rioting in the street or something like that, and people run around and join the group. Uh, and mob mentality also results in people doing what they would never normally do. Uh,
Because of the peer pressure.
well, I think they're closely related, but peer pressure is usually more to do with the fact that you know these people and these people,
Hmm.
like school children. Oh, he's a chicken. He won't do it. Go ahead,
Hmm.
smoke the cigarette. It's not going to kill you. One cigarette won't kill you. Don't be a chicken. You know,
Hmm.
like that. That's not mob mentality. You're not going to have, 30 strangers going, smoke that cigarette. No,
Hmm.
that doesn't happen.
Hmm.
Thank heavens. That would be crazy. Mob mentality, okay. Well, we can witness it right now going on in Ferguson, Missouri in the United States. Mob mentality is when you just go along with the group because the group is doing this. The group is marching to the courthouse or something. So you join the group and okay, you're just sort of herd mentality for human beings. You know,
Hmm. Hmm.
you know how animals, cows or sheep, you get one sheep or cow going in that direction and they all follow.
Yeah.
they'll go that direction. Well, sad but true.
Animal mentality.
Humans seem to do the same thing,
Yeah.
sadly enough. Okay, I want to give you a couple other pointers for as far as English. You said I don't used to do those things. Okay, well, all right. Let me see if I can explain that. We use used to talk about things that we did, but we don't do anymore. I guess you could say I didn't used to do things like that. Well, first of all, you can't use don't and used to, because don't is present tense, and used to is automatically talking about past things that you did but you don't do anymore. So I guess you could say I didn't used to do those kinds of things. Okay. All right. That's so if you use used to, past tense. And the other point is you throw rocks at the bus, not to the bus. All right. Let me make an example.
Well, it's not to the bus. It is.
No, definitely not. Let me give you another example to illustrate preposition use. Okay, I have a dog. I have a stick. Okay, if I'm going to throw the stick for the dog, I'm throwing it so the dog can run and chase it and get exercise for the benefit of the dog. All right, to help the dog. So for, we often use like to for benefit, to show benefit, or to show if I throw the stick for you, it means that I'm throwing it because you can't do it, because your arm is broken, to help you out, okay, in your behalf, so to speak. So that's for. If I throw the stick to the dog, that means the dog's over there, and I want the dog to catch it. You throw frisbees to a dog, or I throw a baseball.
The direction.
Yeah, and direction, right, and to show motion and the direction. That's absolutely correct. I throw a ball to you. It means I want you to catch the ball. I don't want you to get hurt. All right. If I throw the stick at the dog, I'm trying to injure the dog. If I throw a ball at you, it means I'm trying to cause contact. And yeah, it's definitely showing malevolent. It's showing angry intentions. I want to hit you with the object. So very much different.
Okay, so when I said throwing the stones to the bus, it is only about the direction, but it is like it has more intention when I say I throw the stones at the bus because of my intention of doing bad things, or what?
Right. When you say you were throwing stones to the bus, it sounds like you wanted the people on the bus to catch the stones for some reason, which sounds, really weird.
To the bus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, it's a little weird, the bus can't catch, so you wouldn't, maybe you're throwing something to people on the bus. We were throwing candy to children on the bus. Well, okay, that's nice. All right, throwing candy to children on the bus. Oh, well, that's nice. They're leaning out the window and catching the candy, right?
Okay.
Totally different if you're throwing candy at the children on the bus. Means you're trying to hurt the children with candy.
Okay.
Definitely, totally a different implication. Okay. Nader, are you mic'd? Are you mic'd up?
Or wants only to listen, maybe. Don't know.
Okay. Nader? No. I still can't hear you, Nader. Sorry to say. Oh, he's going to try again, I think. Ava, do you? I have a whole list of them here, but if you'd like, you can give me one. A compromising situation, an embarrassing situation that you saw me doing.
Oh,
Imaginary,
yeah.
of course. Of course. We're just pretending.
um, well, if you want, well, you already started. Well,
I did.
yes.
Okay. Let me hang on. Let me see if Nader is in.
Yeah, please help me.
Yeah. Please help me, Nader. Please help Ava. Nader, are you there? Don't know what's going on.
So you are at the, you are now in a farm, aren't you? I'm hearing a chicken.
Yes, I am, but
Oh,
can you hear me?
now I can. Yes, I can.
Now you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, thank you.
Fully. Okay. Nader, I'm going to have a situation for you in a half a second. Ava was asking if I'm on a farm.
Mm,
Because she hears the chickens going crazy. The roosters, actually. They're male chickens, roosters.
mm.
No, I'm not. I'm not actually on a farm. Ava, I'm an American, but I live in the Philippines. And here in the Philippines, a very popular and common sport. I'm not sure. Okay, you're asking me to explain a compromising situation. Actually, this is good. Very good. Actually, no, I'm not on a farm. You hear chickens because a popular activity, sport, I don't know what to call it. So it's called sabong. What it is chicken fighting, roosters fighting.
Ah,
Okay, so many people keep roosters. It's very, very common and absolutely everywhere you are here in the Philippines. It doesn't matter if you're in Manila, a city of over 12 to 13 million people. You can hear roosters if you're walking down the street, even in the middle of the city. Not in the, business district where the high-rise banks are,
but
not
where
there,
are you?
but any residential area, you can hear roosters all the time. I'm in a city. I'm in a reasonably large city
In which
uh,
country?
in the Philippines.
And the Philippines. I didn't hear that, so it was like,
Uh,
yeah. Why is he talking about Philippines?
oh yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sitting here in the Philippines. Yeah, just
Okay.
I live in a quiet residential neighborhood, but
Yeah.
all the time. Doesn't matter where you are, in the countryside, in the city, even in Manila, people have roosters, and
Yeah.
there are rooster fighting stadiums
Yeah.
uh, everywhere. Every town has one or more, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a
Isn't it
friend.
forbidden?
No, it is not illegal. In the United States, it would be highly illegal.
Yeah.
In the Philippines, no, it's completely legal to do this.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. It was like, but is he in the United States and he is talking about this in a common burbling class?
Nope. I live in the Philippines, and it's a completely legal thing to do. In fact, the mayor of the city is very big into this
Mm-hmm.
sport. I
Mm-hmm.
don't like to call it a sport, but I don't know what else to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, many politicians are very much involved in this sport. In fact,
Mm.
in the Philippines television, they have TV shows dedicated to the sport. They don't actually, well, occasionally they do show the fighting, but they they're really into it. How to recognize a strong rooster, how to take care of your rooster, what to feed your rooster, what a rooster likes. There's programs all about it. Kind of funny, but
They also eat cats and dogs there
cats?
because
No.
they eat dogs here. They hunt dogs here.
Really?
Really?
Cats never. Dogs rarely, but yes, they do occasionally, believe it or not, as a special occasion, eat dog. That's kind of a celebration.
I
But
guess they are celebrating here all the time.
all the time, yeah. Well, I don't know. They eat them all the time. That's one thing. Okay. Here I've lived here like a long time now. I've only seen it twice in 8 years.
Mhm.
I've only seen people cooking dog twice.
Mhm.
So it's rare. But
Oh, those times you knew it because
oh
I
yeah,
don't know. Sometimes when you are walking around the street and you see those, what's the name? Those small places that they are cooking at the street,
yeah,
and like bicycles, um, like the hot dog
yeah.
places,
Vendors,
vendors.
street vendors. Yeah, yeah.
Vender.
I'm putting it in the whoops. Well,
Street
separated. It's
vendors.
not one word. It's not a compound. Street vendors. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, they sell food on the street.
Sometimes, like you don't know what kind of of meat.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yes, so when you're in Philippines, be careful of the hot dog.
May actually be a hot
Because,
dog.
yes.
Maybe literally a hot dog.
Yeah. No. It's the kind of thing they do it at a party, and so it's dog because have you ever tried dog? Come to my party here, try it. You've got to try it. It's delicious, whatever.
Mhm.
So it's not, it's not subtle by any means. It's usually at a party, and they want to know if you've tried it, if you're going to try it. Especially since, I'm a foreigner, so yeah, they'll try to get me to try it. I haven't. I still haven't tried dog yet. I don't know. Don't know if I'm gonna go there.
Different culture.
Yeah, different culture. That's right, but not
Respect
something I
everyone.
want to do. Okay, Nader, compromising situation. All right. How are you going to explain this situation? Nader, as I was walking through your neighborhood last night, I saw you climb out your neighbor's window in your pajamas at midnight. Why are you climbing out of your neighbor's house in your pajamas?
Yeah, I've been suffering from this for a very long time now. I've already gone to a psychic. He said that I am a sleepwalker.
Oh. Uh-huh.
Is it the expression, sleepwalker?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So, because he's not a native English speaker, so I was not sure he's saying the correct expression. Anyway, so I'm under medication now. I guess I'll recover soon, or I hope I recover soon, but I'm not sure. He said it's a long journey that I have to take. And so far I was not caught climbing windows. So I guess I need to recover very, very soon before I go to the prison. I can go to the hospital. I have no problem to go to the hospital, but the prison, they will not treat me there.
Right. Okay. All right. Oh, very good. Very fast with your explanation. Very good. Well, one thing though. Okay. You said you went to a psychic.
Yes. Isn't it a psychic? Sorry, it's not a psychic. Yeah. Shrink.
Yeah, there you go. which would be well, there's a bunch of types, but a psychologist or a psychoanalyst or psychiatrist, right?
Mhm.
Or as
Psychiatrist. This is the word I was looking for.
psychiatrist, right? Which, as you noted, we often call a shrink in English, right?
Drink.
Do you know why we call it a shrink?
Drink is another thing, isn't it?
A shrink.
What? Can you please read it for us? Right.
Write it. Yes, a shrink.
Drink.
Do you know? Do either of you know why it's called a shrink? This.
Maybe because they wash their clothes, then it shrinks.
No, but it is about something shrinking. No, it's actually okay. It's actually slang shortened from the original, I guess, idiomatic expression, a head shrinker. Okay. A psychiatrist was called a head shrinker. You know, you shrinks your head. A head shrinker, okay, people in the Amazon or something, natives, or in Borneo, actually. Borneo. I point to in my back door, close by. Or even in the Philippines, I think, in ancient times. They had cannibals and head shrinkers. They would eat the people, and then they use I don't know what they do, but somehow
Yeah,
they boil it, or I don't know what they do, really, but they managed to actually shrink the people's heads down. Yeah.
They actually used to do it in the past in some communities, since they were born to do the heads like more plain, or more I don't know, longer. Like,
Oh, make their heads
actually
like long. Oh yeah.
yes, or sometimes not that long, but not thinner, like a plate. How do you
Like
say
a
plan? Yeah, a planner.
Like a flathead?
Flatten.
Okay. Weird.
And sometimes I was in a place in Peru where was the limit between one community and the other one. They didn't want to be the same, but they actually had many things in common. So they decided to do this in their heads.
Oh my goodness. Wild. Okay. Flatten their head. Okay.
Yeah, they could change the colors of the clothes, but they decided to change the heads.
Wow, radical. Okay.
Yeah, radical.
Very radical. All right. Nader, have you ever sleepwalked? I guess I can't say slept walked. No, sleepwalked.
No, no,
Never.
never.
My sister did when we were kids. She didn't after she grew up a little, but when we were pretty young kids, she used to sleepwalk. Freak out my parents totally. She'd just be
Have you?
standing in the kitchen in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
What are you doing? And she'd
Yes.
be incomprehending. She'd just like eyes open but sleeping, just staring.
Yeah,
Kind of
sometimes they like people with nutrition disorder, uh, you know, anorexia. Anorexia is in English.
yeah. Anorexic is a
Yeah.
word. Yeah.
I have an aunt, and she didn't eat very well during the day, but at night she used to wake up and eat.
Really?
Yes.
Freaky.
Yeah.
Ava, have you ever sleepwalked? It's hard for me to say. I keep wanting to make sleep past tense. Sleepwalked. Yeah, I guess that's how you would have to say it.
So the question is,
Have you ever sleepwalked?
sleepwalked? Maybe. Don't know.
You don't
No
know.
one
You were,
told me.
you were
No one
sleeping.
told me about that.
Okay. All right. Let me ask the
Have
same
you
thing.
ever? Okay.
Yes. Go ahead. Are you
Have you
there?
ever sleep talked?
Me?
Hmm?
Not to my knowledge, as Ava said, not to my knowledge. Okay. Which, by the way, is a good way to say that in English. Not to my knowledge. As far as I know, no. Uh, no one's ever accused me of such a thing. Uh,
Nobody told you that you said something while you were sleeping?
oh no, I talk in my sleep a
Ah,
lot.
I told you, have you sleep talked?
Oh, I thought you said walked. Oh yeah, no, I talk in my sleep all the time. But strangely, we say sleepwalk, but we don't say sleep talked. That's what threw me off. We use the whole phrase, talk in your sleep. Uh, I don't know why, but we don't in English. Yeah, I definitely talk in my sleep. I haven't for quite a while, but I used to a lot. I definitely do. Which can be a freaky thing, I know.
Yes. Do you tell your secrets while you're sleeping?
No, it's no one has ever been able to really understand what I'm talking about, and I don't really remember. So I don't know. Uh, let me
Sometimes,
say let me say
yes.
hello to Araceli. Hi, welcome. Hi there. Hi there.
Hi, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. Uh, we'll get to our topic, which we're only loosely following today. But Araceli, have you ever sleepwalked?
Yes,
Yes, really?
I did when I was younger a lot, and even I was worried that my family was worried about that. Yes,
Yeah.
I not recently, but when I was a teenager, maybe I would do that a lot. And yes, but I didn't remember most of the times. It was just like a kind of a dream. And
Uh-huh.
sometimes I just would wake up and get up from the bed and start talking. Sometimes what I said it was no sense, but sometimes it sounded. I mean, my sister, for example, thought I was awake because I was talking naturally,
Right.
but then I didn't remember anything at all. Or sometimes I said stupid things, but like that. Many times when I was not in my own bed, for example, on vacation or like that, I did
Uh-huh.
it a lot more. Yeah. And I remember when I was 18, I moved to college, and so I was living on my own. So
Uh-huh.
my family, my parents were worried that maybe I was going to wake up and I don't know, do what, walk out from the house or whatever. But nothing happened. But then
Oh well.
recently, well, sometimes I speak. Yeah, I speak while dreaming, but not very much. But my daughter started doing this also.
Oh,
She
really?
started, yeah, she talks in her sleep a lot, and sometimes she was like she was shouting, and maybe her eyes were open, but she was absolutely dreaming because she was seeing things
Right.
that were not in the room, like monsters,
Uh-huh.
spiders. It was very frightening for her. Was kind
Right.
of a nightmare, but very lively, and she was very scared, and we were worried about her too because she's sleeping in a high bed. How do you call that when you have two beds? My son sleeps
Uh,
down, and my daughter upstairs. Oh no, not upstairs, in the
yeah.
upper bed.
Right. A bunk bed.
Yeah, a back bed. Okay, so as she was in the upper one, we were scared that she would fall down or something. But then she
Yeah,
stopped.
right.
I think it was a stressful period of her life. Maybe at school she had some problems. I don't know, but it was just for maybe a few months. But then she stopped doing this because we were worried about her. Yeah, she was shouting and
Yeah.
screaming in the night. and she was very frightened because she said she was seeing things that they were not in her room.
Right. My sister also, we were on the second floor, so my sister would sleepwalk and go down the stairs. So that's what freaked out my parents, I remember, when we were young. She was sleepwalking by going downstairs, and that was kind of scary. And that's funny because I remember my sister was the same thing. I only witnessed this maybe a couple times. There's only one time I clearly remember it because I actually witnessed it. But when she stayed like at my aunt's house or grandmother's house, she would do it much more often. I only remember her doing it at home 2 or 3 times, but like you said, when she would stay in a different place, she would do it much more often. But again, as you said, after when she got a little bit older, she didn't do it anymore. Yeah, kind of weird.
Yes, I think it's related to be sleeping in a different bed. So while you're dreaming, while you're sleeping, you perceive the room differently. And sometimes I remember too, I was dreaming, I couldn't find the door because I was thinking in my dreaming I was in a different place. And for example, it was like I was looking for the door or the window, and I just was touching the wall, and I thought there is no door. I can't get out from here. It was like panic, but I think it has to do with disorientation maybe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, this is speaking of compromising situations. Not mine, but I had invited some back when I was in university. Actually, I had invited some friends over, and these were like new friends. I didn't know that well, and we're sitting around talking. I don't know what all, just talking, and I was I had a roommate, and he was already asleep when we came home. And apparently, what I didn't know, but he had been drinking heavily, I guess. And we're just sitting around and, I don't know, socializing, and like 3 people I didn't know that well. And suddenly my roommate comes walking into the living room, and there's a lamp stand, a standing lamp, you know, one that sits on the floor, but the light is actually like head high in the corner, and he walks over in front of all of us and goes to the bathroom in the lamp, like the lamp is a urinal or something. And we're all sitting there like shocked, mouth wide open. What is going on? And we were too shocked to speak, actually. We all just stared at him, and then he just turned around and walked back out, went back to bed. And we all just looked at each other like, did you see that? Did that just happen?
But did he remember? Did you talk to him after that?
No, he totally did not remember. And he denied it the next day. I can't believe you did that. He's like, no, I didn't. No, I would never do that. Really, it was very funny. It was very odd, and needless to say, these new friends never came to my house again. Oh well. It was pretty weird, actually. Okay, Araceli, we're looking at compromising situations and giving excuses, explaining why. All right, so I'm going to give you a compromising situation and see if you can give me an excuse. You have to think on your feet. Okay? So, Araceli? You are? Okay, well, we'll try it. I went to the movies last weekend, and I saw you outside the cinema fighting with a policeman. Whoa. You were yelling and moving your hands around? What was going on?
Well, I don't know what you actually saw. Maybe it was another person. Or maybe I was asking for help to the policeman. Yes, because I didn't know where to park my car. Maybe that was the the conversation you were watching, but I don't remember yelling at all. Maybe you were hearing some noise because in front of the movie theater there are a lot of people, but I was not yelling. Maybe you were hearing someone else. I remember talking to a policeman, yeah, but I was asking him for
Okay.
directions about how to park my car. Yes, that he was very polite to me.
Okay.
No
All right.
discussion at all.
All right. Okay. You were asking for 4 directions from the policeman. All right. That's okay. You also said I forgot what you said. You were asking from the policeman, but you were asking questions to the. Okay. You were asking questions to the policeman, or you were asking the policeman questions. Okay. There was a little problem with prepositions, but I didn't write it down fast enough because I was trying to deal with Elise or Elsie. Why don't you join us out there? So I can
We
talk
don't
to you
know.
in here. Uh, okay, well, that was all right. It wasn't me. But then you said, it wasn't me. Oh, yes, it was me, but I wasn't yelling. Okay. All right. Sure. Has that ever happened to you before? That people thought, perceived that you were doing something like that? Because actually, that has happened to me before. That I teach English second language, or I was teaching at an academy, and some of the students who are Japanese and Korean saw me and another teacher in a heated discussion. We were actually having a lot of fun. We were having a debate about something. I don't know what exactly. I don't remember, but we were discussing and waving our arms around and using a little bit louder tone of voice. And of course, they just don't do this in Japan. So my Japanese students were like, "Are you okay? We saw you and the other teacher fighting, and we were afraid you're going to be arrested by the police." I was like, "What?" At first, I had no idea what they were talking about. What are you talking about? I'm like, "Oh, no, we weren't fighting. We were having a lively debate. We were actually enjoying ourselves." Uh, have you ever been misinterpreted like that in that way? Ava, have
Mm,
you, or Araceli, have you ever been totally, people thought completely the wrong thing?
Yes, I remember a very embarrassing situation like that. But it was even worse than yours because I remember it was late at night and I was with my husband when he was my boyfriend by that time, a long time
Uh-huh.
ago, and we were trying to find a taxi. It was very late and we were tired and we started arguing and in the middle of the street. And I said, no, we should go that street over there for a taxi. No, I don't know. We were shouting, or I was
Yeah.
shouting, maybe. I don't know, maybe. And some guys. Yes, they were about to call the police because they thought he was attacking me or something. It was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that time I was yelling or but it was very embarrassing for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had to
Uh,
explain, of course, it was just a stupid argument. A stupid discussion. He's my friend, no problem.
yeah. Oh, another time there was somebody I knew actually. This is a good friend of mine's stepfather was a police officer, and my car broke down. He stopped and he gave me a ride back to town. No big deal. He gave me a ride, which was very nice of him to do. But I was in the police car with a police officer, and some people saw me. Why did you get arrested? What were you arrested for?
It's
Not
funny.
arrested.
yeah, my story is worse.
Really?
because
Go ahead. Yeah.
that was worse because actually that was last year. I was with a friend in a beach in Colombia, in the north of Colombia. So it was like an island, but it wasn't actually. And we went there and spent all of our money, and we didn't have the way to get longer there, to stay longer there.
Uh-huh.
So we started to ask to the people, like, what can we do here? Because there's like an island, there's no, what's the name? Like the places to get the money.
ATM.
ATM, yeah. And people were telling us, oh, you shouldn't ask for a taxi, motor taxi. Motor taxi, they call it, like a guy that drives you in a moto, like a taxi, but it is a motorcycle.
Yep.
And because that's dangerous. This is Colombia, and for sure you are gonna get stolen. So the first thing that we made was going to the police, and my friend was so pretty, and she just asked, please, policeman, could you help us, because it is so dangerous for us to go along with a driver. And I remember his face, he said like, for sure, there's no problem. So you decide, one of you, and you will go with a policeman in his motor and go to take your money to the ATM. So I went for 2 hours with a policeman, and I remember the situation, like people looking at me, like, why are you in this motor with this policeman? And I remember the feeling of his weapon hurting my leg for 2 hours.
Yeah. Hmm. Now, in your story, I have to say, in your story, you said your companion was the very pretty one, but I noticed that the policeman took you on the bike. Something wrong with your story there. Okay. Also, just so you know, you're afraid that you would get stolen. If a person gets stolen, well, we don't say there's a person is stolen. We say the person is kidnapped. Okay, the verb is to kidnap you when you steal a person, usually with the purpose of asking for money, right? But okay, or maybe for some other reason, but still it's kidnap. Nader?
Ransom.
Sorry?
Ransom.
Ransom.
The
Yeah,
money.
yeah, right, exactly. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's right. The money that you ask for when you kidnap someone is for ransom. But I mean, who knows? You could be kidnapped and sold into slavery. You could be, there's different reasons. But when a person is stolen, they call it kidnapping. Okay, well, thank you. Well, that's very interesting. Nader, have you ever been in a compromising situation? Have you ever been kidnapped? No, no. Although I once kidnapped someone, actually.
Your child?
Yeah, no. I picked up a hitchhiker. When I was younger, hitchhiking, sticking out your thumb and getting a ride was very common.
Yeah, it was very popular in 70s, maybe.
Yeah, 70s and even into the 80s. I once picked up a hitchhiker, and I was going to a party. I don't know what he was doing hitchhiking in this area anyway. It was very remote, and I didn't know anywhere to go. So anyway, he's hitchhiking. I'm like, no, we're bringing you. Where are you going? Oh, I'm going wherever he was going. He was in no hurry. So I said, okay, you're coming with us. I was with another friend. Nope, you're coming with us. We're gonna kidnap you. And we took him to a party, and we fed him lots of food and drinks. He had a great time.
Oh,
And then later we brought him to where he was going. But we did definitely kidnap him against his will.
nice.
Yeah. But it was a benevolent kidnapping. Yeah.
Is hitchhiking still popular in USA?
No. Everyone's paranoid now. Everyone's afraid. Everyone's a psycho murdering maniac, so nobody hitchhikes anymore. It's very sad, actually. Really. In my opinion, it's sad. Actually.
Yeah.
It's depressing.
Yeah. Actually, I did it 2 weeks ago because
Really?
I just came back from my uh, mm, travel around South America, and that's normal there. And I did it here in Madrid, and some girl looked at me like, "What did you do it?" Yes, why not? That was a cool guy, and I just was I was waiting for 30 minutes bus, and I didn't want to spend more time there.
Right? I hear you. Yeah, I used to hitchhike a lot, actually. And long distances, too. Yeah, but yeah, now, no. No one will pick you up, and no one hitchhikes, and no one picks up hitchhikers, both. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, Nader, have you ever been in a misinterpreted compromising situation? In other words, it really wasn't a big deal, but other people thought something else.
No, I don't recall
No.
something.
Yeah.
So I have one for you.
Oh, really?
I saw
Okay.
yesterday. Yes,
All right.
I saw yesterday at midnight kissing a lady outside your house.
Yeah.
The weirdest thing was that you were in the trash box.
It was in the trash box.
You call it a trash box? That big one?
Okay. The really big one made out of metal?
Yes, this for garbage.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that British English calls it something else, but in American English we call it a dumpster.
That's it.
Dumpster.
Yes.
Well, actually, okay. Well, that's easy to explain. Actually, that woman was my wife, and see, what had happened was, I was kind of lazy watching a movie, and she wanted me to take out the garbage, but I was watching the movie. It was Sylvester Stallone. I was into it, okay? And so she got mad at me, and she very aggressively took the garbage out, and she threw the garbage into the dumpster. And when she threw it so hard, a little piece of something got caught on her wedding ring, and it flew off into the dumpster. And then she started crying. She got very depressed. So I was helping her to find it in the dumpster. And finally, after an hour and a half, we found it. I found it, and I put the ring back on her finger, and I said, "Darling, even though our life is garbage, would you marry me again?" And that's why we started to kiss. We got very romantic.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a very good movie.
Yeah, right. Right. I should write Hollywood movies. I really should. I think I could be good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Crazy
Absolutely.
movies.
Crazy movies. Of course, crazy movies. Is there any other kind? Okay. All right. One more time. Ava, why were you sitting in the top of a tree at 1 o'clock in the morning singing Happy Birthday?
No. You didn't hear me very well. I was there, but I didn't say happy birthday. I was say, what a bird there, because I was watching birds.
What a bird there.
Yeah,
You're watching birds in
yeah, I
a
used,
tree.
yeah.
Okay, at 1 in the morning.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes, she was watching owls. Owls only.
Owls. Oh, well, yes,
Owls.
you're right. There are nocturnal birds. I guess you have a point there. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Or I maybe I say, what a bath there.
Bat. You're bat watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know something bizarre? I have actually been bat watching. Actually, more than once, now that I can think about it. Have you ever been bat watching, Ava?
Bath. Can
Bat.
you? Yeah, no. Once I think only once I saw them, but they fly so fast. So.
Here they do. Yeah. I went to a bird sanctuary on Trinidad and Tobago islands in the Caribbean. Beautiful islands, by the way.
Yeah.
Trinidad and Tobago. Have you ever been there, Ava?
No.
Oh, you should. They're great.
Yeah.
Anyway, the highest mountain on the island has a bird sanctuary, which is amazingly cool, by the way, because there's a beautiful antebellum kind of mansion kind of house where you stay, and they serve you great breakfast. And you eat outside on the porch, and they put all these bird feeders, and it's very tropical, and there are literally like, I don't know, 50, 100, it's impossible to count, different species of birds, parrots and many, many hummingbirds, and they're flying over your pancakes and trying to eat your syrup, and they're
Oh.
beautiful, red, green, blue, orange, purple, every pink, every color of the rainbow. It's like watching a coral reef, except they're birds flying around through the air. It is so cool. Most amazing thing I've ever seen. Really cool.
How do you say the group of fishes that
School.
school bank?
School of fish.
School. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Whoops. Now I misspelled school.
It is like a school of fish, but of
Yeah.
hummingbirds.
Really cool. And they're
Nice.
just flying around all the time. Anyway, they took us on a bat watch. We went out at night, but the bats are not nearly so pretty, and they're huge. They're fruit bats, and their wingspan is like they're huge. They're really, really big, very big, and they eat the spoiled fruit, which intoxicates them because the spoiled fruit, alcohol, cooks into the spoiled fruit. So this is what the bats eat, and then they get drunk, and they try to fly around. So they're like hitting you in the head with their wing, and just out of control. Very funny. Very funny. Anyway. Yeah, okay. I don't know why I'm telling you all that. Thank you for joining the class. I have to go because I have another. Poor bats. Well, Araceli, no one forces them to drink. That's their choice.
Yes.
They are addicts.
They're addicts.
always
They're
a
alcoholics.
choice.
That's their lifestyle, you know. Who am I to say? Anyway, thank you very much.
Thank
guys.
you very
See
much.
you again.
Ciao.
See you soon.